What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back on another episode of Pound4Pound. I am the Nigerian Nightmare Kamaru Usman.
Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C.
Ooh, Henry, you see how the shirt kind of hugged that arm right there? See how that hug right there?
Yeah, man, I see that.
That's
So
what
you got some.
what we call it down
You
there.
got some fight news. You got some fight news coming up, Kush. What's good?
A Shadowline production.
Why? Because I'm looking good, huh? I'm looking good.
I mean, are you trying to tell me there's some fight news coming up?
keep, stay right there. Stay tuned. Things might be shaking real soon.
Hey, but real quick, I was thinking about it. There's only one opponent for you now. Shavkat.
Who?
Shavkat. Gary's book.
Listen, that's the thing is, if I
Bilal's
was interested in
booked.
just taking something, yeah, but I
think
want
it's a good one.
the gold. I'm like you used to be. I'm thirsty for the gold. Are you still thirsty for the gold? I don't know.
Dude, I'm just thirsty, period, dude.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, UFC 3-2-0. 320 went down last night. The rematch, Alex Pereira, Poatan versus Magomed Ankalaev. Whew. Was it eventful? I mean, the card from start to finish was eventful. A lot of other news that happened throughout the combat sports world, especially MMA, and we'll get into that a little bit later with the PFL and also with the ONE FC fights that took place. But before we get into 320, Henry, real quick, I want to call him. We didn't speak very often, but I got to meet this man early, and I have to say I like this brother. Really, really like this brother. And the sad news that came out right before the weekend, Arthur Jones, Super Bowl champion from the Baltimore Ravens, brother of Chandler Jones, brother of the John Bones Jones, passed away, and at the age of 39, Henry. And I can't tell you how I was feeling when I heard this news. I can't tell you how I was feeling.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken, man, really heartbroken. I don't know if you knew Arthur, Henry.
Yeah, no. Man, I've never. It was fun because obviously I helped John with that fight when he fought out on his comeback for Serial Gone, and I remember seeing him and his brothers just nervous before the fight, particularly Arthur. And I was like, dude, these big old dudes, like John Jones has been dominating the world for so long, and watching him and not just him but his brother Chandler and his father like getting nervous for the fight, it kind of puts it into perspective because when we fight, we're not around our family, so we can't relate. But when you know somebody that's really high level and you see what their family goes to, even a guy like John Jones, it was a trip. But I'll never forget it, man, because he gave me the biggest hug, dude, after John Jones won. He's like, man, Henry, thank you. Like, he was just the most genuine dude, man, a big dude. And even some of the stories that John used to tell me about his brother, he's like, dude, my older brother used to beat the shit out of me. Like, he was really high level wrestling. He was one of the best, if I recall correctly. He was one of the top wrestlers in the country too for wrestling before he transitioned into football. But John had nothing but like, dude, my brother used to just beat the shit out of me. Why is John Jones the greatest of all time? It's probably because he got bullied by his older brother, Arthur Jones, man. So it's a sad news for mixed martial arts. It's been a it's unfortunate, Kamaro. I mean, things like this happen. Like, I felt it too, man. Even though, I wasn't super close with Arthur, but it stings, man. And it just hurts you. Let's just let you know that you're here one day, and then you could be gone the next.
Absolutely, Henry. Arthur Jones, real quick, is the brother to John Jones. It's just crazy. That's the thing with me. It's crazy how my life has just been intertwined in this with so many people on this journey to where I am today. Quick story about Arthur. When when I met Arthur Jones, my senior year in high school, Henry. I just ended up getting third at state, and which qualifies me for senior nationals. We're in the hotel, and as we're in the hotel, we're sitting there, and let's be honest, at the top, most of those wrestling states are Iowa, Nebraska, Ohio, Philly, PA. There's not a lot of us there. It wasn't a lot of us brothers that live like us there. So me and Aaron were in a hotel, and then all of a sudden we see these two big, tall black dudes look like football players. And we're looking around and we're like, the city, this is really the only thing going on in the city right there. And we're looking like, what they here for? Are they wrestlers? They wrestlers like us? And then we're getting up and we're at the buffet line. And as we're at the buffet line, I just said something to them like, "What's up, guys?" And they were like, "Yo, what's up? What you guys here for? We're here for senior nationals." "Oh, y'all wrestle too?" "Yeah, we wrestle." We're like, "What's up, bro? What up? What up?" And now, where are you from? Well, they said they were both from Endicott, New York, and they're both brothers. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Okay." Arthur and John Jones. So we just ended up hanging out. We just became friends. We formed that close bond, and we were hanging out the couple of days we were there. And then I got a chance. I never seen them wrestle or heard of them before. And then I got a chance to actually see them wrestle. And I'm like, oh, these dudes is good. I believe at senior nationals, Arthur was an All-American. Arthur ended up getting, I want to say, maybe 5th or 7th, something like that. So when I seen him, I'm like, oh, these dudes is good. And that's the first time I seen John Jones wrestle. And John Jones, I think, was maybe a round out from All-American, or maybe he All-American too. I do remember at the time he was wrestling another big name of a guy called, I think the guy's name was Patrick Bonds or something like that. And so that's all that was my first introduction to Arthur, and we just became cool and friends ever since then. So I've been cheering and rooting for him. And he told me he was going to go to Syracuse to play on a football scholarship. Fast forward to Arthur Jones becoming Super Bowl champion. Fast forward to John Jones becoming UFC champion. Fast forward to, they said they had a younger brother coming up, going to go to Syracuse too. Chandler Jones ends up becoming a Super Bowl champion. Got a chance to meet their mother and everything like that, and their father. So, man, what a blessed family.
Yeah.
And this is just sad.
Think about it. Come on, let me bring this up real quick. The stuff that John Jones has, what he's gone through. Lost his sister to cancer, when he was younger in his age. Helped take care of her. Like, he was telling me a bunch of this stuff. Loses his mother. Loses his mother maybe 5-6 years ago, and then now his brother at the age of 39. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been and John's not even in his 40s, bro. John's 30. I think he just turned 38. Like, he's a young cat that has gone through a lot, bro, a lot in his life. And I think sometimes people people don't give a fuck, but two, just take a look at what's happening in his life. It's a trip.
Well, I mean, and then to mention to your point, it shows that he's in a community to where we do care. Someone does give a F, because you saw Saturday night after now future UFC Hall of Famer Alex Pereira went out there and took care of business. He made it a point to tell the arena, or to make it aware for the arena, let's take a moment of silence for the brother of John Jones, Arthur Jones. And that moment of silence, I thought it was powerful, because that was his moment. That was Alex Pereira's moment. He didn't need to do that. And that just goes to show how much John Jones does mean to the MMA community. You can say what you want about him or against him, but that's how much he does mean to the MMA community, and we're all behind him. I truly appreciate that, and John Jones also appreciated that because he also tweeted back at Alex Pereira. But Henry, UFC 320 happened last night, and them boys on that card came to thump. They came to thump, Henry. You know what, Henry? I'm low-key mad that somehow I let you swindle me into your thought process or your views on what might or might not happen in fights. I'm kind of mad at myself.
Oh, man. Shama.
Oh, now it's
Shama.
Shama.
Can I tell you something though,
Shama.
Kamaru? This victory for Alex Pereira really solidifies him now as a legit world champ. Why do I say that, dude?
Whoa,
No.
what? As a legit world champ?
He's won the bout before, but a lot of people have said, even Tom Aspinall, people have been saying that, Alex Pereira has been fed. Like he's been fed the right opponents. Leading up to that, losing to Uncle Live in the way that he did, it made a lot of sense on how he was pushed. He fought two guys that were strikers, and he fought Sean Strickland, and then he ended up fighting the guy that he already beat 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And Israel Adesanya now beating a legit mixed martial artist. It's legit now. Like he cemented himself as one of the top contenders. That I'm gonna give you another example. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was another dude that was fed. Brock Lesnar was another dude that was fed the right fights for him to become champion. It was like that for Alex Pereira until he showed last night, until he showed Saturday night what he was able to do. I mean, he went out there, pressed Ankalaev, and that's it. Fucking took him down, put fear in Ankalaev. Like legit. Like Ankalaev fought fear. Like Ankalaev could have got off when he was on bottom. There was nothing that Alex Pereira was necessarily doing. He didn't have the legs in. He was just straddling him. Alex Pereira just, that's
why you choked. That's why you choked. Because of that blasphemous statement. Let me tell you, that was blasphemy. Blasphemy for what you just said, Henry. I can't believe you right now. I can't believe you.
It makes Alex Pereira now legit for everything that he's done. For everything that he's done, it makes him legit now to beat a dude that could grapple, that could wrestle. And he was able to show it. He was able to take him out within that first 2.5 minutes. I think it was, I don't even know what the time was.
Wait. Now it makes him legit?
I mean, he's always been good. Come on.
Wow.
But now,
wow. So you tripling down on this. I can't believe you.
It does make him legit. I
can't believe
in my weight division, there's no power that separates a guy. Everybody knows how to wrestle. Everybody knows how to submit. Everybody knows how to strike. Everybody who I fought, they're all pretty well rounded. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through the gutter, beating Demetrius Johnson. The dude that's fucking well diverse and everything. It just makes a fighter that's just more legit. He's had UFC fighters, but now the fact that he beat Ankalaev in the fashion that he did, dude, all right. Everything that people were saying that I was saying about Alex Pereira, it's the dude is that you might as well start. He should start maybe coming up in those conversations of he could reach gold mount status with the victory like that.
I just want to give a quick moment of silence to let that thought process, whatever you just said, just kind of fizzle out. Because I can't believe you right now. What? And you know what?
This is his best victory.
I felt a little bit of this during my reign. Is for some reason somebody will have something to say to just slowly kind of just fizzle that. I've already told you a long time ago.
No,
Let's give the
but
man. Let's
Kamaru.
give the man his credit.
No,
Triple
of course,
C.
and that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
Kamaru,
no, no,
you
no, no, no,
went
no,
through
no.
the
It's like
line
I'm giving
at
you the credit
welterweight.
when
You
you
went
just
through the
got here.
line. Listen, you
I
went through the
understand,
line
but
at
it doesn't. But
welterweight to become
this
champion.
goes to show, Henry. We can't compare him to you. He can't compare him to me. He's special for where he's at. We can't do that. There's a reason. In how many fights does Alex Pereira have? I think less than 10. Correct. Let's see. Let's look. How many fights does he have? There's a reason Alex Pereira is in the position he's in right now with that few of fights. He's special. He is. Alex
Shama.
Pereira is special to the point where
A
Alex
minute,
Pereira,
20
is,
seconds into the fights when he got him.
Alex Pereira is special. This man was fighting for a title after 3 UFC fights. That goes to show you just how special he is, and he proves it each and every time he gets in there. Listen, historically, the light heavyweight category has not been the deepest in depth as far as talent wise. Has not been the deepest historically, because John Jones ruled at first. Before that was Forrest Griffin, Rampage Jackson, Rashad Evans, Lyoto Machida, Shogun Hua. Then Johnny Bones Jones enters the chat. Then he ruled that division with an iron fist. Then you started to see that depth of that weight class kind of fizzle out a little bit. Then enters the chat DC, the John Jones era still. Then now enters the chat Alex Pereira. And Alex Pereira has ruled that division with an iron fist. Yes, of course, he lost the belt to Magomed Ankalaev, and he attested that too. Because remember, before that fight, Henry, we talked about him traveling all the time, him doing all of these shows on the road and doing all these different things. And when you're fighting so frequently, that does take a toll. I know, because I fought 3 times in one calendar year.
Yeah.
To defend the belt. I know that. And he said that. And he showed.
I think
But then he came out.
I think we have our main event, Kamaru. I think we have our main event for the
Are
White
you
House.
talking for UFC White House?
Yeah, I think we have our main event at the White House. I'm going to stop you there for a minute. John
Who's the main
Jones
event?
versus Alex Pereira for the BMF at heavyweight. Yes, I said it. It makes sense. It makes perfect
Twist my
sense.
arm.
You want to
Twist my arm.
you want to bring John Jones. You want to have an American headline a White House. You want to do it with the greatest of all time. Okay, John's not going to fight Tom Aspinall. That's fine. But let him fight the next best thing, dude. Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira has been calling this fight. He's a bigger name than Tom Aspinall. And what he was able to do to Magomed Ankalaev, I mean, they've been talking about that. I remember talking to John, and John was like, dude, I just want super fights. And I think now with the UFC, with Alex Pereira winning, it resurrects that fight once again. Who wouldn't want to see Alex Pereira at heavyweight? They're both pretty much going to be the same size. Like John Jones is literally John Jones at his best at heavyweight. He's 235 pounds. Alex Pereira's 135 235 as well. The fight makes perfect sense, bro. Tom can fight somebody else elsewhere. You want to make a super fight. You want to allow an American to headline. It's John Jones versus Alex Pereira, and then that's John Jones's last fight. And who knows? Maybe it could be Alex Pereira's last fight as well.
Okay. I don't disagree with you in some of those. Before I even get into that, let me just round off by saying Alex Pereira is an absolute stud, Hall of Famer, and has shown it time and time again. And last night was nothing more than him planting that flag and really solidifying himself as one of the greatest light heavyweights we've seen. He came out, didn't even play with it. It was almost like a shock. It was almost like Ankalaev expected to kind of warm up into the fight like the first one and warm up and then start picking up the pace. Alex Pereira said, "No, I came to thump. I came to rumble." After the first combination he threw, I think Ankalaev never really adjusted to get in the fight. Like, oh, okay, no, this dude came. He came for war, and that is what it was. He never gave Ankalaev time to get into the fight. Ankalaev tried to kind of move around to get in there, but he never gave him that time. And this goes to show, and I said it, Henry, listen, let's stop putting Ankalaev as a Dagestani wrestler. He's not. Ankalaev is extremely talented fighter, extremely talented striker. He would rather strike than wrestle. I've had a conversation with him before, and he said, no, I don't like that. I want to strike. Alex Pereira is one of the most dangerous guys we've seen there because not only of the power of his hands, power of his kicks, his fight IQ is crazy. And especially with a guy who really the defense is not the craziest. Like, I mean, those arms are still kind of out here when he backs up. It's not like he knows how to, he's rolling shots and he's doing all this. Of course, when he's dipping and ripping, those work great, but he's really there to be hit. But you can't hit him because in order to come hit him, you got to walk through that fire of a left hook. And Alex Pereira, instead of the left hook, it was a right hand, right in the temple, hurt Nurmagomedov Ankalaev bad to where he didn't even shoot the shot. He just kind of dropped down and tried to reach for the legs. Alex Pereira ended up in half guard, and it was elbows, not elbows, elbows, Henry Cejudo. And I know earlier you said this. Oh well, he wasn't really doing much. He kind of wasn't in the guard. He kind of was, just kind of. Nurmagomedov couldn't have got up. No, they were elbows coming down. What do you mean getting up? When your elbows are coming at that frequency with that rapid pace and force and velocities times the fear reciprocal times the Pythagorean theorem. Hey, listen. Nah, you just say, you know what? Let me get out of this,
here, bro. I'm telling you.
Nah, I don't like the way you did that. And my man, after he got up, he said, Henry, what I tell you? Triple C, stop it and give me my flowers now. That's what he did. So my man, put some respect on Shama. Put some respect on it. He's been a Hall of Famer, and he proves it time and time again. So that's about it. But as far as what you said,
let him go up. Let him go up. Let him go up. Let him go up. Let him fight John Jones. The main event, White House. Give John Jones his fucking swan song. Like, he deserves it, bro. What John's done in mixed martial arts, like, let him make that bag. Maybe you can have Tom as a co-main or something against somebody. Against Francis Ngannou. I think he may like that. Francis is about to become a free agent. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I like where your head's at today, Henry. I like where your head's at.
I know once I threw a race in there, it was
but I like where your head's at right now.
Once I threw that race in there, I know you're about to jump in, dude.
Yeah, I like where you at. Listen, I completely agree. I do think. Well, I think now it's a tougher job for Dana White to kind of decide who's going to be the headliner for this card because Dana has options now. I mean, imagine that. To create a buzz so big that you have some of your biggest stars going, I want to fight, which historically Dana has had an issue with, which when guys become stars, like, I don't want to fight there. I don't want to fight. But now every star you have in recent and little past times, I guess, are saying, yes, I want to fight. And so Dana, I haven't said it yet, Dana, but if you want to call me, yeah, I'm down too. Just go ahead and put your boy in there. You know what I mean? But
Kamaru,
Henry, I agree.
Kamaru wants that gold, bro. You want that gold right away.
I do. I agree.
You don't want.
I think now
you don't want nothing. You want gold or nothing.
Do I need Henry? I proved to you I don't really need tune-ups. I proved to you that. So my man, hey, I know what it is. This is a job. I get in there and I do my JOBB. I think that's how you spell job. Yeah, my JOBB.
Yeah.
Anywho, here's the potentials. Alex Pereira, John Jones, White House. Or Dana says, all right, John Jones, Tom Aspinall, White House. Or Dana says, John Jones, Francis Ngannou, White House. Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler, co-main event, White House. What's the biggest fight out of these 4 fights here?
I'd probably say Tom and Jones, but
Over
yeah, why?
Francis and Jones?
Yes. Why is because
Over.
it's the 250th birthday of our country, England versus USA, the greatest of all time,
Mm.
versus the present.
Mm.
Now, I mean, yeah, but
I like where you. I told you.
but I
You ain't
think
used.
but I think
Yeah.
the UFC is probably going to go the route of Pereira and Jones, and I'm not mad at that either. You know, I think that's going to be an easier fight for John. Um,
Wow.
stylistically,
Wow. See,
that's
see.
a better matchup for John. 100%.
I don't like how you be. I don't like how you be. You be sly with this. Alex
You don't like
Pereira.
how I tell the truth?
I
Is
don't
that
like
what
how
you
you be
don't like?
sly with this Alex Pereira. This. I don't like that,
No,
bruh.
Kamaru Dean, Alex Pereira is knocking on that door of potentially being one of the greatest of all time. How about that, Kush? He might
Yeah.
have passed
Okay.
up the Nigerian Nightmare if you want to know the truth.
He does have 2 titles. Listen, I'm not putting myself in this situation. I'm not comparing myself to Alex Pereira. I just love the position that I'm in to witness this. Henry, how blessed are we to witness a time like this, to where we got John Jones, we got Conor McGregor, we got Alex Pereira, we got Daniel Cormier, we got the El Triple C, we got the Nigerian Nightmare, we got GSP. I'm just excited that we get a chance to have these conversations.
Yeah,
So I
but
think
where
those
does that leave
fights
the
are.
light heavyweight division?
Yes, I think
I
it's
think what's going to end up happening is they're going to end
Jiri
up doing
Prohaska.
Oberg versus Yuri, and
I
then the
agree.
winner, and then the winner of that fight, and I think it's going to be Yuri, bro. Honestly, like Yuri's just man, what Yuri was able to do. Woof.
Here's the thing. I like it, but here's the you know what? I really love it because in the past, Oberg's loss was because of the pressure. He couldn't handle the pressure and eventually wilted. Yuri puts a hellacious amount of pressure on you, and eventually we know fatigue turns cowards of us all within time. But the chance I did give Oberg is a tremendous counter puncher. He knows how to slide off and just sharpshoot you. And Yuri does tend to put himself in situations. In order for him to go get that finish, he puts himself in that chaos, which eventually you'll burn up a lot of dudes, but one of the times you will get burned yourself. So is that the matchup that eventually catches him and he gets burned? Or does he go out there and just burn somebody else up? And I say that to say I would love to see it. I can't wait to see it, Henry. I think it's going to be incredible. I just love where we're at right now in that division. It's hot. But speaking of burning somebody up, in our co-main event of the evening, the greatest bantamweight of all time, Merab, the Machine, Dvalishvili,
Yeah.
went out there again and got another defense. This time over who I felt was the best challenger in recent time, Corey Sandhagen. And we saw that. Corey Sandhagen came out there and Corey really did try. We saw that. Corey had more success than Sean O'Malley did.
No.
And these guys are both sharpshooters.
No.
But and man, I'll let you. This is your division. I'm gonna let you go ahead and just take the reins on this because
No,
I'm
it's
impressed. I'm so impressed by this guy.
and you know what's making Merab that I mean it's his level change, bro. It's his cardio,
Of course.
but it's also his defense, man. In the beginning, Marlon caught him with some beautiful punches that almost finished him. I caught him in the first round when we fought. That I had his legs wobbly. His hands are up. He was able to level change. He just pressed him. He has fun in there, dude. And yeah, Corey is dangerous. I think the only round that I gave Corey was maybe the first. That's it, man. Other than that, I think the judges had it right what is it now? 40,
49,
49, 49,
46.
46. Yeah, that was just about right. As good as Corey Sandhagen is, the Merab's just at another level. As crafty as Corey is, good kicks, good position. But man, when it comes to the wrestling, when it comes to the grind, if you don't understand that position, like it's just different, dude. Corey's a very dangerous fighter, and I really did have Corey winning this fight, but it just lets me know, dude, who the fuck I lost to in Merab and how good he is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, he is the greatest bantamweight of all time. He's beaten more world champions than anybody in the bantamweight division in history. From the Triple
Right.
C, Jan, Umar Nurmagomedov. That's the one that I really gave respects. But that being said, man, he was just clinching striking when Sandhagen thought he was going to strike with them, boom, into that lead leg, putting him against the cage. He had him on all fours positions a lot where he was dipping Corey's head and Corey was always on his hands. And I don't think the people realize that. That's part of Merab's game. Merab's game is to fatigue the shit out of you, make you fight in every position to eventually him just start having fun. And then once you start seeing him have fun, he knows where that he has drained your battery, dude. The little stubby leg that he does, wrist control. I mean, from round 1 to 5, it was pretty much all Merab. The only round that I do give Corey Sandhagen is that. But what's next for Merab? I think what's next for Merab is the winner of Umar Nurmagomedov and Mario Bautista. I think because of that close fight that he did have with Umar. I mean, I feel like it's well deserved, especially if he gets through a guy like Mario Bautista. And that's it, bro. The winner of this fight, Merab beats the winner out of this fight of Mario and Bautista. I think he should go up to 145 pounds. And you know what? Call me crazy, Kush. But I do feel that if he does go up to 145 pounds, I think he could beat Alexander Volkanovski. I really do, man. If he's been able to do that to the majority of all of us, bro, imagine him feeling even better up a weight division. He could bring some problems to Volkanovski or anybody at 145 pounds, dude. Am
I
I wrong? Am I wrong?
I'm not going to dignify that with a response, Henry. I'm not dignifying that with a response. I I will say this. Corey Sandhagen came out with a good game plan right out of the gates. It just goes to show how effective us wrestler grapplers can be. Because as the fight progressed, Merab's striking got even better and better and better. You know why that is, Henry? If I get you down once and you know that when I get you to that position, I am 100% winning the fight, then of course you start to kind of fear being put in that position because you don't want me to be 100% winning the fight. And so now in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I don't want to go there again. And by you thinking that, now you're so worried about that one position, you're not able to let go because you're thinking, okay, I got to defend this. So now you start backing up and backing up. And the moment you start backing up, I'm pushing forward. I'm winning these exchanges now because I'm in an offensive position. And that's what Merab did. I'm impressed by, even in his post-fight, Merab said it. He said, hey, I feel like I'm just starting. And I felt this way myself. Once I became champion, I'm like, oh, I'm still learning new tricks. I know how to line guys up now and put them away. I know all these things now. And you're seeing that from Merab. He's getting more and more dangerous with his striking. And let's not just talk the striking. Let's talk about his defense. Merab is moving his head. He's slipping shots. Look at Merab moving his head, slipping shots. Great defense, sliding back, right back on the pressure. Look at that. He looked great. He's following up, not just one shot. He's following up. 1, 2, 3. I was very thoroughly impressed by Merab yesterday. And who doesn't like this guy? Why? There's no reason you can't like this guy. Great guy, happy guy. And I loved this. I love the back and forth between him and Corey because this is true sportsmanship right here. Of course, We'll say what we need to say. We'll get into it because we want that. We're gonna war. We're men. We war with each other. But at the end of it, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. You did a great job. Hey, you hurt me with that
It,
one shot.
and,
Hey,
and,
I hurt you
and,
with that
and
one shot, right?
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's crazy to say that. It's crazy to even think, dude, that a guy like Corey may never become champion, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Relax. Relax.
No,
I don't know if I don't know if I would say
no.
that.
But just if Merab is planning on staying in that division for a very long time, he's planning on fighting until he's 50 again.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But to
that's not
say
possible.
that somebody like Corey Sandhagen could maybe never become UFC champion, man, that lets you know how tough that fucking weight division is. Because I know how good Corey. I never fought him, but watching this dude, I've always felt like Corey Sandhagen was my biggest opposition, even when I was champion. You know what I'm saying? So my respects to both of these dudes.
Right.
And but ultimately my respects is for Merab, dude. Not the sharpest in every area, but man, could he mix it, bro? And man, is he a fucking pressure fighter? Is he annoying with what he does? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's
Right.
and he's smart and he's tactical. Those last 10 seconds of that fifth round, he wasn't messing around with Corey. You know what he did? He bounced around, he got his space, and he said, "This fight is mine." And that's exactly what happened, bro. It was how the judges had it. 49 49 46. Is that what it was? 49 46.
49-46, I believe 49-45, something like that. But
Yeah.
yes, hats off to Merab. Once again, now slide himself into a UFC Hall of Famer. I mean, and not to mention, he broke the record. Merab now leads most in UFC history of takedowns landed over our wrestling Olympic champion. Our wrestling Olympic champion, I don't even know if he's in the top 5. Is he even in the top 5? Because he like to come out there and do that little dance that he does like Ali and strike with dudes, you know? I don't know.
Oh man, so, dude, I'm versatile, Kush. I don't,
I know.
I'm
I was
versatile, dude.
thoroughly impressed with
I
seeing
can
Triple C
sing, I
boxing.
can dance. You know, I've done a comedy show too, and I'm an actor. And I forgot to tell you, bro. Uh, my movies, my movie that I co-started in, is called Self Custody. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna come out sometime next year, bro. So I'm extremely
Mm,
excited for for the next chapter in my life.
I feel that. I
From
feel that. So
Hollywood to Hollywood.
well, Merab is definitely on a streak, and I would love to see where he can push this thing. Unfortunate, I like I said, as a champion, the responsibilities is so heavy. That crown gets so heavy sometimes, to where hopefully, I love where Merab's head's at, where he's saying like, I'm going to keep fighting as much as possible because I understand that this is a season. You know, being a champion, it's only for a season of my life, and eventually I might not be the champion. I love his rationale. I love how he sees things. And of course, I know Corey's a little bit disappointed, but he has nothing to be disappointed about. Corey came out there and Corey was prepared. It was just Merab is just a machine, and he showed that. And so hats off to both guys. Um, the co main event of the evening. And listen, Henry, we knew this one was going to be fireworks, and it proved to be just that. Yuri Prochazka versus Khalil Roundtree. This fight was a banger. And you saw me, I tweeted again for the first time in a long time. These boys came to thump. These boys was throwing them things, Henry. These boys was throwing them things. They was rumbling at the get-go. Did you see? You know what thing too is we all say Yuri is kind of an odd character in kind of what he does and how he moves and what he does in there. But did you see the beginning of that fight? Khalil Roundtree, pulled up on him like this. Let him know I'm hey, whatever you got, I got. I'm Bruce Lee out here right now. Yeah, he said, nah, I'm gonna pull up on you real quick, dog. Let me give you that. Watch it. He just walked up to the center, hands down. All right, I'm gonna touch you lightly. What's up? What's up? What's up, cuz? What up, cuz? You ain't came through. What's up? What you said you were gonna do? What
That's
up, cuz?
funny.
What's up? I liked it. It was a phenomenal fight, and of course, performance of the night. I believe fight of the night. I mean, both guys went to work.
Fight of the night, and their
Hmm.
performance of the night. So Yuri goes home with $100,000. This is one thing that I will say about Yuri Prochazka tomorrow. He has to go through pain in order for him to wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like Yuri has to go through pain, and he just has to do that in order for you to wake up the dragon. And that's what happens, bro. I figured when I was watching the fight, people were like, "Oh, dude, he's gonna finish Yuri." I'm like, dude, you have no idea. This dude, by the time the middle of the fight starts, he becomes a different animal, and he was able to show that. Once I saw the third round come up, I knew that Yuri was gonna do something special. You know what I'm saying? He did it to Rakic. He did it to a lot of these guys where he's able to come back and he's just different. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Justin Gaethje. Like Justin Gaethje has to be in war in order for him to feel like he's in a fight, and that's the way that he performs. Yuri Prochazka has to get beat the fuck up to wake up from it and then eventually kill you.
I
Like
don't
think
know
about
about
it.
all that.
Think about it. Yeah,
Jesus.
but you know what he does? He allows the pain to be inflicted, and there's a lot to be said of what Yuri does.
Wait. He allows the pain to be inflicted.
He does. He does. He truly
He
does, man.
allows
There's
the pain
a
to
lot
be
of He was making Khalil Roundtree work. He was allowing him to throw. He would even stick his head out there a little
Wait,
bit.
so he was trying to take shots on
No,
purpose?
he was making no. I'm not saying that, Kamaru. He was making him work. He was making
I
him work.
agree.
Like throw. It's all right. Go ahead, hit my body. Look at his demeanor. Come on, come at me. You know what I'm saying? Look, sticking his head out there. Because the more that he's able to make him work, the more that he knows that he's going to be in the pocket to eventually finish you. It's a gift, bro. I know it's kind of weird to hear what I just said out, but in wrestling, bro, there's a lot of wrestlers that would do certain things like that would literally come back from behind just to make their wrestlers work. And I feel like that's something that Yuri has that's different. The only problem is when you get crazy power like Alex Pereira, it just changes, man. You know, but other than that, bro, I don't see Oberg touching this dude. I don't see a lot of people at light heavyweight beating him unless it's Alex Pereira.
Well, I think
Especially in a
you're right.
5-round fight.
You're right in some areas. I do think he was making Khalil work, and I think that's where he kind of the fight went wrong for Khalil. I think Khalil was solid the first round, solid halfway through the second round, but then Yuri Prochazka realized, hey, I can't win this fight being solid with this guy, trading strike for strike. He's too solid. So I just gotta go. I just gotta go. I gotta step on it, and I just gotta thump with this dude. And I know this because I've been in a fight where I felt this. I felt that, okay, I just gotta go. It's gotta get dirty. I gotta get nasty. And hey, eventually I gotta see what happens because I'm not willing to lose this fight. And that's what he did. And eventually Khalil Roundtree broke down. And that's the difference I feel with someone like Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira will be solid for 5 rounds. Will stay solid for 5 rounds. And you're not going to be able to push Alex Pereira back this far, this much for 5 rounds. At some point, he's going to step right there in the center and say, hey, you come get it. And that's where I think it went wrong for Khalil Roundtree, is the fatigue. Yuri Prochazka put himself in a lot of danger. He ate a lot of shots, and could have been finished himself. But these are the chances, these are the risks that you take when you want the big rewards. You got to risk it all. No risk, no reward. And that is the exact way that Yuri Prochazka fights. And I agree with you, Henry. By him doing what he just did to Khalil Roundtree, there's not a lot of guys in that division that will fight him and be victorious against him.
Touching up the body like he did. Press him. This is what like, think about what I told you, Kamaru. He makes people work. He gets people to fight, bro. And I think that was one of the biggest things. Because if you really think about it, Khalil could have just fucking went into the clinch, put the underhooks in, put him against the cage, even if he doesn't go for takedowns. But the fact that
it just and I feel too, Henry, I feel that it was certain instances that Khalil almost forgot. You're a Muay Thai fighter. You can clinch this guy. You saw that when they were in the clinch. He landed a beautiful elbow that I
Yeah,
thought that I
he was
saw
up 2 rounds to
momentarily hurt
0.
Yuri. He hurt
He was
Yuri.
up 2 rounds to 0, and then he got finished, dude.
Right. But it's if you're not solid enough to withstand the storm that's coming at you, I think that, and this is where bad things happen. Yuri put himself completely in harm's way to potentially get that finish, and he did. So big shout out to Yuri Prochazka. I mean, I just love the entertainment. I do think there's still holes there, and we saw that in the first 2 rounds. There's still holes there to where he can be put away if a clean shot lands. But man, you gotta come through him with it's basically walking in hell, and you got gasoline draws on with Yuri Prochazka. So, man, I love it, and I can't wait to see. I do believe, Henry, that will be the next matchup, Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Alberg, for potentially a vacant light heavyweight title. But who knows? We'll see. But also on the card, Henry, we had Joe Pyfer go out there and I mean, he looked great. And I think if you're filling up that undercard first, and also Youssef Zalal went out there, a beautiful armbar versus Josh Emmett. We've never really seen Josh Emmett be done like that. And I mean, Youssef Zalal has put himself on the short list right now to fight for that featherweight title. I do believe he is in the top 4, top 5.
But can I tell you something, Kamara? He's not a fan favorite. People don't
I understand that.
People don't fucking like him, bro.
Listen, Henry, listen. I understand that, but listen, winning solves all.
People are saying he's annoying as fuck, and I can see that.
that.
And I feel like this is what you hold on, real quick, because I have to get on you on this. This is when you, as a homie, needs to grab him and be like, "Hey, man, like." Give him some fucking points, man. Because I can see why people are like, dude, like he's fucking hugging up on Joe Rogan, shaking everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like he's making it's. I can see where people. I can see that. Hold on, just listen to me.
My man enjoying his job.
I get it. But it's almost like, bro, if you're getting booed, man, like when you grab the mic, like, fuck, I'm not the one to fucking talk, but mine is done on purpose. I want that fucking heel route, and I've been doing it, and I fucking like it personally. But for Youssef, bro, you need to mentor him a little bit where he could give him those pointers, man. And I'm not here to talk shit because he's part of Dominance MMA, but there's something about him that people don't like. That
is he part of Dominance?
I think he is, isn't he? I think he is.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, but if you know him, you gotta give him some of those tips, Kush, because the UFC, it will take him a lot longer to get to the title than somebody who is just a little bit different.
I agree. Listen,
he's a real fucking deal. That transition to that armbar, bro, Jesus, his timing to his takedown, man. Youssef Zalal, I am a fan of your fighting. I think you got two roads. You either change your shtick or you go straight cringe like Triple C, man. But I wouldn't stay where you're at, dude, because motherfuckers he's becoming a Bilal Muhammad kind of dude. Like where people are just gonna boo him, like straight up, Kush. And that's something that he and you maybe need to talk about if he's your homie. How is it that he could make it better? Because
you know what I'm saying? Putting this on me. He's a grown man.
Because he's your homie, dude. Right? Because he's your motherfucking homie.
Listen,
this is another thing. This is another thing that I will say too, Kush. And I'm saying a lot right now. It's almost like with this whole political thing, bro. Like a lot of these dudes that are born in America representing other flags, like, bro, people are starting not to like that, man. And I don't know how, like, looking at this fight card, if you heard a lot of people chanting USA, USA when they're fighting a bunch of foreigners, and obviously we had Cash Patel there, like it's becoming more because of the whole political thing. People are starting to bring in that USA spirit back to the UFC, and I love it.
Listen,
did you not feel it, Kamar, or was it just me, dude?
Listen, it's MMA fans are some of the
No.
most
But look,
complex
I
fans
want
in
to
the
thank
world.
Allah. That was the first thing that
Uh,
Youssef said. And what happened? Boo! People just started
Listen,
booing
okay,
that.
listen, Henry. Who cares? I get it. I get it. They booed, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, winning solves all. Whether they like you or they hate you, keep winning. They will care.
Yeah.
That's, I think,
Last
solves all.
thing.
But I agree with you. It does. It will potentially take a lot longer to get there if you're not exactly a fan favorite, because obviously this is an entertainment company and we want to entertain. But
But why
I
is
don't think he's.
Zalal?
I don't
Why is
think
he
he's.
saying? Why is he? This is another thing. No, I'm going to
Listen,
pick a bone with him. Why is he saying, "Oh, give Diego that title shot, and then let me fight Laron Murphy"? Dude, like Youssef,
well,
I
yes.
want
Listen,
Diego's head on a motherfucking plate. Give it to me now. Like that's the
maybe they're
route you want to
friends.
go. You don't want to like, hey, give him that fight.
Maybe they're
Let me
friends.
fight him. It's just that's not the way to go, bro. That's not the way to
I
do
get
it.
it. I get it. But maybe they're friends. Who knows?
Am
I don't
I
know why.
wrong?
I don't know why he said that. Who knows? But what I will say is he's nothing like whoever. What's that other guy that you mentioned? I don't know. I forgot his name. But he's nothing like that. This guy is extremely.
I
He's
like
extremely
Zalal, bro.
skilled.
I don't know why he's hated.
He's extremely skilled, and I think eventually he's going to grow into the outside personality to where he's going to get reception from the fans. But he will be appreciated at one point because the skill level, the way he got that takedown transition to the back
So good.
was beautiful. To
So
where
good.
he was in on the triangle, it looked like, to where he went to the flipped the leg over to the. It was beautiful. Hate him or love him, they won't be able to ignore him for far too long because I think he just put himself on that short list. So I love it. But listen, fans, MMA fans were chanting USA during the main event, and neither guy was American. Neither guy was American. This just a chant we love to chant now, especially with that UFC event, because now you know UFC is synonymous with USA. And part of that American pride, and the guy who carries the flag for that American pride is Joe Daddy Pyfer. And I was extremely impressed by Joe Pyfer's grappling yesterday. He's known primarily as a guy that's going to just strike with you. But because the one area where he was exposed was when Jack Hermanson came in there, took him down, and just kind of had his way. But Joe Pyfer came in. You can tell he's done a lot of homework. A lot of people said he was avoiding this fight or he was afraid of this fight. He went out there, and in the first round, not a ton happened, but he put a little bit, not even a crazy amount of pressure on Abus. Just stayed on him. In the second round, Abus looked like he hit a wall. He's running, he's backing up, backed himself up behind the black line to where Joe Pyfer just connected with that right hand and said, yo, I came to thump. 2 right hands. Next thing you know, Abus is on the ground, and Joe Pyfer's grappling kind of took over. We saw him kind of just find his way. He stayed composed, landed a couple good elbows, transitioned into the half guard, and from there he did some work. He did some damn good work to where I'm extremely impressed by Joe Pyfer. I'm extremely impressed by his improvements. And I think now we give him another step up. We give him another guy maybe at the top of that top 15, just at the bottom of that top 15, because this is a guy that you can definitely put on the prelims of UFC White House, do we say?
Oh, really? Oh, so are you calling out fucking Pyfer? Is that what I'm hearing, Kamaru?
I'm saying put him on the prelims. Listen, I just told you I was a fan of what he did. It was great grappling that he displayed there. If we look at that top 15, I'm saying a good matchup for Joe Pyfer. Why not give him someone like Paulo Costa? Why not? No. We'll give him Paulo Costa.
This is the thing, bro. Like, come on, man. You gotta. Anyways, I really don't give a fuck.
You don't care? You don't think that's a good fight? Paulo Costa on the prelims.
Yeah, but Paulo's just Paulo. You don't know if Paulo's even gonna fight, bro. I think you give him some. I don't know. I think he's got to move up. I like that fight between him and MVP. I really do, man. I think
no, MVP is not. If the reason we're stacking this card is because we want to see some rumbling going on, MVP is a specialist. He's a specialist. There's no rumbling going on with MVP. MVP don't come here to tussle like that. MVP's going to style you up, going to hit you with
No, well,
stuff. He's
he
going to be
already so
dynamic.
Pyfer calls out Marvin Vettori and Jared Cannonier. Says that he doesn't want to fight Paulo Costa because he's unreliable. He's right. He's
I
right. I
agree.
like those. I like those fights. I like what he's doing. I like
I
I
think
like when
Marvin Vittori.
fighters have a name in mind, and that's like they're playing the game right. They're creating that storyline. So I like Joe Pyfer, even though he beat my boy Calvin. KG to the DOGG. But
Right.
he's tough, bro. I think pound for pound, they did the testing like on who has like the strongest right hand, like with that little block, and Joe Pyfer beat everybody, bro. Like that's how
Well,
much power that dude has.
yeah. Well, let's not. That's a little machine. That doesn't really. Imagine taking a right hand from Francis Ngannou to the face. So, or a right hand from
Well, according to
Alex
the
Pereira to
machine,
the
Francis
face.
is number 2. But
Yeah,
let's
but
move on.
let's move on from that. But I was extremely impressed by what Joe Pyfer did. I was extremely impressed by this whole card. Before we go, I just want to touch on something really quick. Also, a guy that was in your division, Henry, that did fight on the undercard. Patchy Mix, former Bellator champion that was dismantling everybody over there, is now 0-2 in the UFC. What did you take
Bro,
of
which
his
is
of his fight, and how do you see him? What do you think here for a guy like Patchy Mix?
Godly, man. I'm really kind of mind boggled with this because even I thought it was a close fight. I thought he won, but I wasn't impressed. Just wasn't impressed by neither one of their performances. You know what I mean? Honestly, like they both kind of look tired, dude. And whatever happened to those crazy knees that Patchy used to throw, or you know what I'm saying, the transitions to taking the back off the takedowns. It's a hard one, dude. It's a hard one for Patchy, but I don't know how to answer that one, Kush. I still feel like he's a world beater, but these last 2 fights, bro, is like, where the fuck, where's Patchy Mix at? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he's
Yeah,
that good and he just hasn't showed it since he's arrived in UFC. Just a little flat. Sometimes his reaction skills, like when he catches a right hand, whether he caught it from Bautista, it's like they're a little late. You know what I'm saying? So it's between him and his team, and he needs to do something because signing with the UFC, and then they kind of gave him a debuter, bro. Like they wanted him to win this fight. And he ended up. I thought he fucking won the fight, dude. Firstly, I thought it was a robbery. Even before the fight was over, like I just went to
robbery.
go. I went to go drop a bomb, and by the time I came back, I got on my phone and I saw. I'm like, Patchy lost, but
Well,
his performance, even if he would have won, it was still like the performance still wasn't there. He's
right,
gonna have to
right.
figure it out. I mean, shit. I mean, he's gonna have to figure it out because Patchy is a talented kid. I want to say he's 5'11", bro. He's a tall dude, and if he's able to bring back a little bit of what he did in the Bellator days into the UFC, I still believe that he is a top 10, top 5 fighter, man. But there's something that I can't explain it, but there's something going on with Patchy that's maybe it's the recovery, maybe it's the training process, but that's just not fucking clicking, dude.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. I mean, the prelims was stacked with great fights. And Henry, listen, I might need to sign a deal with Vegas because some of these fights, the way I'm picking these fights, I'm picking these fights. You know what I'm saying? Atiba Gutierrez came out there and did his damn thing. And of course, I thought he was gonna do that. We got Daniel Santos came out there and did his damn thing. I thought he was gonna do that. You feel me? Edmund Shabazin came out and did his damn thing. I thought he was going to do that. Puna Soriano came out and did his damn thing. I thought he was going to do that. So let me tell you what, Vegas, y'all need to give me a call, man. You need me to be out there and make these odds for you? Give me a call. But, Henry, I do agree with you with Patchy Mix. Something is missing. I don't understand. I don't know if it's the training because he's looked the exact same in those 2 fights. No improvements, nothing. And this is not the Patchy Mix that we're accustomed to seeing. We're accustomed to seeing Patchy Mix a lot more dynamic, giving us levels, being able to transition from the striking, whether it's orthodox or southpaw, being able to transition from the striking to the grappling effortlessly and make it look dynamic. Something's going on. I don't know if it's injuries or something, or maybe he needs to make a move, or maybe he just needs to reevaluate that training situation because it's not coming through in the fighting. It's looking like he's a one-dimensional type of fighter right now. And I think
that's what could happen to Kamaru when you're part of a big gym, dude. When you're part of, and it's happening right now with the fighting nerds. They've had a lot of people from shoot boxing go over to the fighting nerds. As you start getting more people, more attention is being drawn out. There's more disconnection. So that's one of the things.
Yes and no.
Or it could
yes and
be.
no.
Or it could be.
Yes and no. I say yes and no because then if you're in a bigger gym, you have a lot more bodies a lot more styles to kind of figure out and learn how to figure out. So I don't completely agree with that. Something has to be evaluated here on what his preparation, because it's not looking great. And I say that because look at the victories that Patchy Mix has. Patchy Mix has some incredible victories over Magomedov from PFL. Speaking of some of the PFL champions and real legit fighters, he has a win over Magomedov. He has a win over Sergio Pettis. He has a win over Rafion Stotts. These are studs. These are studs right there. And Patchy Mix has
Kyoji Haraguchi, bro. That's
Kyoji Haraguchi put away champions. Speaking of these guys, PFL champions, Magomedov also fought over the weekend with Sergio Pettis. Two dynamic fighters, two dynamic champions, and this one ended in, dramatic fashion. First round, Magomedov came out, was looking like a world beater. He looked like he was kind of playing with Sergio, but Sergio was kind of taking his time getting in there. But these guys, Henry, these are some of the most dangerous guys in the world because you don't know where the strike is going to come from. It's like fighting a guy like Yair Rodriguez. You don't know if he's going to front kick you or he's going to spinning back fist you or spinning back elbow you or knee you or do a rolling thunder or something. You never know. He was dominating. He looked like he was dominating Sergio Pettis, but Sergio Pettis took in time to kind of get into the fight, and we saw that finishing sequence. Magomedov kind of got a little careless, taking the back. Boom! Sergio Pettis dropped that elbow on him, and look at the follow-up. One of the most violent follow-up out there. It was like question mark.
Like he was already out on that one. He was already semi out, and boom!
Easy. That was Francis Ngannou-esque with the finish.
MMA, dude.
Jesus, it was just a phenomenal finish. Goes to show Sergio Pettis still dangerous, doing it at the highest level. And you know what? As my man continues to do his thing, who sees he might slide back in, Henry, because you didn't get it. Did you get a chance to? I know you kind of had your sights on him a little bit. Did you get a chance to rumble?
Yeah, no, I beat him. I beat him up, dude. I beat him up.
I just like that. Jesus.
No, but he's good, bro. Look at he's been able to beat. He knocked out Haraguchi too. He knocked out Homeboy. Sergio Pettis is making his. He's making his moves, man.
Understand. And also to finish off, Henry, PFL, we had just a fantastic weekend of fights. PFL fights as well, like we just mentioned. Sergio Pettis took on Magomedov, and Sergio Pettis was able to get that vicious knockout there. Also, Archie Colgan fought on that card as well, and Archie Colgan was able to get out there and pick up the victory. And the headliner was Usman Nurmagomedov taking on Paul Hughes too. This was a fight that they campaigned for a long time, and everybody had a lot to say. Oh, this is a guy that pushed Usman. This is a guy that can get him done. And honestly, I thought Usman pulled away from this fight. I thought the fight looked really similar to the first fight, but I thought Usman did a better job. It almost looked like Paul Hughes was kind of complacent with just kind of having the fight look the same. I was like, where's your sense of urgency? You campaigned so hard for this fight, You got the fight, but you were kind of just you would hit a good shot, but you would kind of let him
I'm
back
gonna
in
be
there.
world champion. It's just not a
Yeah.
matter of win. It's just not a matter of. I think I'm high again.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a
You might.
matter
You
of.
might be.
It's only a matter of win.
It's not a matter of if; it's a matter of when.
There you go. It's
And
not a matter of
I didn't
if.
see that from that performance. I didn't see that, Henry.
Nah,
I thought it
he
was
lost, bro. It could have been
100%
it could have been 4 rounds to one, bro. Um,
potentially. Yes.
yeah, it could have been. I think maybe I only gave them the maybe 2 and maybe 5, maybe. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
There's Usman was just able to use his takedowns, able to surprise him with that. He took him down quite a bit. I mean, it was to me it was a close fight, but it was all Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm sorry,
Usman.
Usman Nurmagomedov. He was able to
Yeah.
just use the grappling, competed with him. Didn't get into exchanges like it did in the first fight. It was I thought it was I thought the performance was flawless, dude, honestly, from him. He did get
I
clipped a
wouldn't say
little bit.
flawless because I wouldn't say flawless because I do think didn't he drop Usman with the jab or something? He landed something. So I wouldn't say flawless. I do think I do think Usman definitely dominated the fight, and yes, I'm not mad at the decision. But what's next for Usman Nurmagomedov? I do think fighting a wrestler like Archie Kogan would be very very interesting. But at the same time, who knows what direction him and his team and management team are looking to go here. But I mean, exciting fights to come for those guys down there at PFL. Also, before we go, Henry, a friend of mine, another longtime champion in ONE FC, I believe had a potential to be the biggest Asian star ever. But he didn't get a chance to get over to the UFC. At one point, this man was one of the most dangerous middleweights, light heavyweights out there. Nsang Aung Lao, the Burmese Python, retires from the sport. A former 2-division ONE FC champion who ended up losing both belts to a guy right now that we know and love in RDR. The Burmese Python laid his gloves down for the final time last night at ONE FC, and he did. He got a tremendous knockout. What a way to end the career! I don't know if you ever seen him fight, Henry.
No, I've never seen him fight, but I've seen his face.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, there's a more than lifelike size statue of this man over there in Myanmar, and I mean, he definitely put them on the map and shows the fighting spirit of those guys from Myanmar. And also someone who's from Myanmar, Henry Triple C Sahuro, a guy that I know and like too. Coming down there from H Town, dog,
yeah, but is
my
he from?
man.
No, hold on, but is he from there? Or is he from America? Cause that's a big difference, Kush.
Hey, relax,
Which
relax,
one is it?
relax. We're talking origins here. We're talking Let's just say origins. Let's say origin.
All right, that's
Joshua
fair.
Van is also from Myanmar, and these boys love to throw them things. These boys love the thump. So I want to say, man, what a great career for my man Nsang Aung Lao. Definitely has done great things in the sport as far as pushing that sport over there in Asia. So I want to say happy retirement, and I want to see what a nice guy too, incredible guy, Henry.
And he lives in Florida, Kamaro.
Yes, he lives in Florida with his family.
Oh, he has kids. Are his kids born here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
that's
Why
awesome.
you ask that?
No, I'm just wondering,
Huh?
dude, because I wasn't sure if
You trying to
he
say
came
the
to America.
American, huh?
Wow. No, that's awesome, dude.
American
Congrats.
first.
A double champ, dude. Double champ, dude.
Yeah.
That's no joke, dude.
Actually, listen, not just double champ. Not only was he double champ, went up and defeated the heavyweight champion.
Really?
So that goes to yes, to show you how when this man was rolling, this man was rolling. But of course, father time and injuries catches up to all of us, and it is what it is. But man, happy retirement to my man Nsang Aung Lao. Henry, man, great weekend of fights. tremendous. We've got also now we're starting to hit our stride. We was kind of chilling here, but we're hitting our stride. Great fights coming up. You see just that lineup. You know, you got Rio coming up. You've got I believe Abu Dhabi coming up. So, man, lots of great things coming up. Stay tuned. We've got a lot coming for you guys.
When's Bautista's and when's Umar? Is
I
Umar on
believe
that card?
Yeah,
Is
no,
Umar
Umar is on
the New
Abu
York card?
Dhabi. No,
He's in
they
Abu
are in Abu
Dhabi.
Dhabi, my man. They are October 25th, I believe, in Abu Dhabi, where I will be watching my man do his thug thizzle. But Henry, man, great weekend of fights. Once again, delivered. But as always, Henry, I am the Nigerian Nightmare. You see how this is hugging me right now? You feel that? I am the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman. Show that.
Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C.